Vikings, let's win the game!
Hey Vikings fans, ready for a slew of updates that are set to define the rhythm of the next season? Tonight's lineup features some game-changing moves worth noting. Master double play in the draft. Dive into how the Vikings plan on revolutionizing their picks and maximizing returns in the 2025 NFL Draft. Heavy-duty reinforcement. Meet the monster eyed to transform the Vikings' defensive line and instill nightmares in the opposition. Explosive promise on defense. We're digging into the story of a draft pick whose skills promise to ignite a new fire at the heart of the defense. High stakes at the helm. The Vikings are all in on a quarterback with a $21.8 million tag. Trust me, you won't want to miss this deep dive. Welcome. Show your Viking support by reaching 100 thumbs up on today's video. Picture this. It's the opening day of the NFL Draft, and a buzzing swarm surrounds the Minnesota Vikings prospects. A trade recommendation has tongues wagging, a strategy that could redefine our team's future. Remember how active the Vikings were in the 2024 draft? Well, gear up because this year's approach flips the script. PFF has blasted a bombshell suggestion. The Vikings should not just make one, but two trade-down maneuvers. Positioned initially at the 24th pick, the plan is first to trade down to the latter part of the first round with a team needing significant defensive aid, and then again with a team keen on snagging the fifth-year option afforded to first-round picks. Here's the proposed swap. The Eagles would nab pick 24, and the Vikings would bag picks 32, 96, and 161. Following that, the Titans grab pick 32, with the Vikings snagging picks 35 and 120. In the end, this not only increases our draft picks from 4 to 7, but also somewhat compensates for the capital lost in last year's Dallas Turner trade. But what could they do with these picks? Quick sim with the PFF Mock Draft Simulator. Here's what the Vikings could potentially snag with these new assets. In the second round, with pick 35, snag Benjamin Morrison, a promising cornerback from Notre Dame. Come the third round, with picks 96 and 97, bring in Andrew Mukuba, a talented safety from the University of Texas, and Deone Walker, a sturdy defensive tackle from Kentucky. By the fourth round, using pick 120, recruit Quandarius Robinson, an edge rusher from Alabama, bolstering the defense. Continuing into the fifth round, picks 139 and 161 might draft Dillon Gabriel, a dynamic quarterback from Oregon, and Nick Nash, a versatile wide receiver from San Jose State. Lastly, in the sixth round, with pick 187, select Ollie Gordon II, an agile running back from Oklahoma State. These selections not only deepen the squad, but also bring a mix of youth and skill potentially pivotal for the Vikings' future success. Throwing in Heisman finalist Dillon Gabriel surely raises some eyebrows and sparks heated debates. The pairing of Robinson with Dallas Turner could be dynamite on the edge. Choices abound, and each selection shows the Vikings are playing an entirely different game this year. Get ready for what's next. Who wouldn't want a real monster on the Minnesota Vikings defense? Brace yourselves because the latest mock draft comes with a proposal that's stirring quite the buzz. Imagine an addition that could turn our back-end defense into an almost impenetrable wall. Bruce Feldman from The Athletic, known for his annual Freaks List and a highly awaited single mock draft cycle, has brought a bold and intriguing choice for the Vikings in the first round. This choice stems from extensive conversations with college coaches and NFL sources over the past few months, and the name on everyone's lips is Nick Emenwari, a safety from South Carolina envisioned as the ideal replacement for Cameron Bynum, recently snagged by the Indianapolis Colts. Emenwari isn't just any player. He's an exceptional athlete renowned for his massive physical capability and stellar performances in the SEC. Standing 6 feet 3 inches and weighing in at 220 pounds, Nick Emenwari wowed at the combine, jumping a vertical of 43 inches and a broad jump of 11 feet 6 inches, alongside running the 40-yard dash in 4.38 seconds. His stats from 2024 alone include 88 tackles, 4 interceptions, and 2 pick sixes. Feldman points out that picking Emenwari could mean overlooking other big names like Kenneth Grant, a defensive tackle from Michigan, further elevating expectations for this pick. Emenwari, who's been likened to Cam Chancellor due to his size, also shares traits reminiscent of Adrian Wilson, a former Cardinals star, according to South Carolina DC Clayton White. Opting to invest a first-round draft pick on a safety might be controversial, especially recalling the recent saga with Lewis Seen. Yet, bringing Emanwari aboard could be laying the groundwork for a renewed and more formidable defense. Emanwari's ability to play both safety and nickel cornerback adds valuable versatility, making him a threat in various facets of the game. His high football IQ and information retention are among the traits that impress his coaches the most. This draft could be pivotal not just for the 2025 season, but also for the post-Harrison Smith era, ensuring the Vikings have a defensive leader ready to step up. While some might view this choice as risky, the vision and long-term potential could well justify the high stakes involved. More news to keep an eye on as we approach the NFL Draft. As the 2025 NFL Draft nears, the Minnesota Vikings have just 4 picks to find the talents that will define the team's future. But how to maximize these limited opportunities? Here's a gold tip from an expert that could make all the difference. Matt Miller and Jordan Reed from ESPN have come together in a collaborative article where they discuss the Vikings' most critical needs and pointed out the best bets for picks outside the first round. Among the recommendations, one stood out: selecting defensive tackle Omar Norman Lott, suggested to be picked between the second and third rounds. Norman Lott, who began his career at Arizona State before transferring to Tennessee, has shown himself to be a player with an impressive initial explosion, crucial for breaking through the opposing offensive line. During his time with the Volunteers, Norman Lott participated in 23 games, amassing 44 tackles, 10 tackles for loss, and 9.5 sacks. The ESPN expert highlights Norman Lott's unique ability to use his strength and explosiveness to cause significant disruptions on plays, which could be extremely advantageous in first and second down situations. Norman Lott's ability to perform at a high level, even though he never played many snaps in games, makes him a potential hidden gem for the Vikings. Weighing in against him is the fact that he's never played more than 33 snaps in a game, raising questions about his endurance during full matches. However, tipping the scales at about 290 pounds, he would be one of the lighter defensive linemen on the Vikings, a feature that could be beneficial in his adaptation and learning with established players like Javon Hargrave and Jonathan Allen. If available in the third round, Norman Lott would be a strategic pick for the Vikings, who could develop his potential and build a robust defensive pillar for the coming years. This choice would not only address an immediate need, but also serve as a foundation for the defense's renewal. Despite possible concerns about his endurance, the combination of technical skill and explosiveness makes Norman Lott a valuable bet that could bring significant returns for the team, both in terms of on-field performance and long-term development of the defensive line. And the headline news topic starts now. With the 2025 NFL Draft approaching fast, rumors and strategies around the Minnesota Vikings are heating up, especially regarding the quarterback position. J.J. McCarthy. According to Dan Graziano, an insider known for having access to the ins and outs of NFL meetings, McCarthy is seen as the guy for the Vikings quarterback. Graziano shared that despite ongoing speculation involving Rodgers, a dramatic scenario, like a significant injury to McCarthy, would be necessary to change this view. The Vikings' stance is clear. They are fully committed to McCarthy and his economically advantageous $21.8 million contract. The strategy during this offseason is clearly to assemble a team that can maximize McCarthy's potential. Graziano emphasizes that hoping for a turnaround with Rodgers might be nothing more than a distant dream for fans. Moreover, the Vikings management, including GM Kwesi Adofo-Mensah and coach Kevin O'Connell, have continually shown support for McCarthy's progress, despite his recovery from a meniscus injury in 2024, and maintain an open stance on the possibilities, including regarding Rodgers' participation. The scenario for the quarterback in Minnesota still anticipates the need for a veteran who can not only assist McCarthy, but also bring experience to the locker room. It is expected that this hiring will be done only after the draft to not affect the compensatory formula of 2026. Joe Flacco, a Super Bowl champion and unattached after a season with Indianapolis, emerges as a viable option. His experience and mentoring capability would be of great value to McCarthy, as well as strengthen the Vikings quarterback room. And so, directly from the pulsating heart of the NFL universe, we've brought news that will surely keep every Vikings fan updated on what's happening behind the scenes. From strategic trades in the draft to bold bets on defensive talents, the future is taking shape. Which of today's news did you like the most? And what other moves does the team still need to make? Don't forget to share this video, leave your comments, and subscribe to the channel to receive all the latest news about the Minnesota Vikings. Stay tuned. SKOL Vikings, let's go!